The doors have opened on the summit, described as the most important international gathering since the Second World War. 15,000 delegates and journalists are expected to attend the United Nations Climate Conference at the Bella Centre in Copenhagen over the next 2 weeks. After 2 years of work and 12 years after their last attempt, 190 nations gather in the Danish capital for talks on tackling global warming. Officials, campaigners, politicians and journalists from all over the world will attend the summit, which ends on December 18th, making it the biggest climate summit yet. Roads around the Bella Centre, a few miles from central Copenhagen, were blocked and access restricted. With over 5,000 accredited media, the number of requests has exceeded the physical capacity of the venue. Waiting in line to get their passes were Alina and Wilson, who work for a non-governmental organisation in Singapore.
Well, other than much more binding emission targets, we hope that the states can understand each other's needs and come together and realise the importance of the issue and come together in doing something against climate change.
Already the sheer size of the measures needed and its splits between rich and poor about who should pay means that a historic UN pact to fight global warming and ease dependence on fossil fuels may be put off in favour of a less binding declaration. But Wilson hopes the summit will come up with a legally binding agreement.
Well, we do hope that at least we could lay a basic framework and foundation towards an agreement, legally binding one, not just a politically binding agreement, but really a legally binding agreement here.
Two key issues stand in the way of an agreement or a lesser declaration. Firstly, setting targets for controlling emissions of carbon dioxide and other global warming gases, including by the leading contributors, China and the United States. Secondly, agreeing on how much rich countries should pay for poor nations' clean energy technology and for seawalls, irrigation and other projects to counter a changing climate. Delegates will also deal with a heavy agenda of other issues, the technicalities of protecting forests, measuring emissions, setting rules for carbon credits, enforcing an eventual treaty and other concerns. Underlining Copenhagen's importance, at least 100 national leaders, led by President Barack Obama, will converge on the Danish capital to offer high-level backing to the talks. All eyes will be on the delegates and their discussions on how to avert dramatic climate change, what one minister called the most difficult talks ever embarked upon by humanity. Hopes that this Danish venue enters the record books as the birthplace of a united global pact.